What makes SEC642 a great course? So first of all, it's the advanced web app pen testing course. And so if you look at the traditional web app pen testing course, the 542, we try to go in and give pen testers a skill set in the common web application flaws you might see and how you test for them. 642, we are looking at a deeper level of flaw. We're looking at some more advanced attacks, so cryptographic attacks, how programming languages kind of take things and use them differently, issues where the application pen testers may not have any familiarity with. So we give them new skill set that they can instantly use. That's the idea there. Yeah, so this is kind of been our love child for a while between myself and the course authors. So we get to go outside of what is a traditional web app pen testing class. So it's not cross-site scripting, it's not cross-site request forgery. It's more like, you know, here are two random characters that you might see, a string and a digit and a number, and here's how the different programming languages would interpret them. Here's how you can maybe bypass web application firewalls. Here are some new and novel attacks that you might not know about, but they're totally available on today's applications. And so we're giving a new test scenario to people, something that they haven't done. And we hope that whether you're a pen tester, you're a system architect, you're a programmer, you're a bug bounty person, we're giving you something new for you to actually play with and do. It's a pretty novel approach. You know, I talked to a lot of students that come through a course, get their feedback, understand what they like about it, what brought them in, and what they learned out of it. And what I find really interesting or kind of fascinating is that students get a new appreciation for exactly how these things are working at a deep level, right? And many students that are doing the pen testing, they may not have a programming background. Many programmers may not have any application security background. So when they take the course, they get to see these two worlds mesh together. And what they get out of it is they get an understanding for not just how things are supposed to be built, because that's kind of part of it, but it's more like this is how things break. And this is how what you're doing or what you're testing against may not be appropriate, right? So for example, maybe they are a Python developer and they are building a Python web application, and they're used to building some templates and using strings, right? So one of the newer things that we're doing now is we're showing them how to go from a string injection attack, which is bad enough, into a full-on command injection attack, right? So they get appreciation for Python, the programming language. They're learning object reflection, which is something they don't talk about a lot, especially when it comes to Python. It's got a little bit of reflection attacks, some interesting Flash stuff, deserialization is explained. So all of these more advanced and kind of novel but useful attack techniques are being learned by the students, and they're kind of seeing how the methodology for it. Yeah, so the class is designed to go in and show a student how to take a basic attack, right? Something that you would have done today, maybe in a more traditional pen test, and start to bolt on the things that will make it harder in the real world, right? So most applications are behind a web app firewall. Most applications are bigger and structured. Most of them are gigantic and have newer technologies. Okay, now how do I actually fix this? How do I actually test against that? So that's what the class is designed to show, how you can actually start to test against large applications. So we have a whole day on crypto. Cryptography and privacy have become a huge topic over the last decade or so. And most people that take the class, their fear is that they have to know math. So I've got to be a math person, or I got to know some kind of advanced computer science to do this cryptographic attack stuff. And what we're actually showing you in class is not that. It's actually simple things that should be done in a cryptographic system, such as marrying integrity and encryption. And when it's missing, how you can abuse it, right? And so we actually are bypassing these protections because the way that the applications are architected are not exactly what a good cryptographic system would do. And so we show a student how they could go in, assess the strength of a cryptographic system, how it's architected, and if there is a flaw, how to abuse that flaw, right? And so they get this new appreciation for, I can learn this stuff, and I can actually start to do assessments against cryptographic systems, and I don't have to be scared of this discipline. It's not like I have to know math or computer science or anything like that. This is actually something approachable. So that's what we're showing, a practical way of doing it. In 642, we start looking at actual internals and code of most of the actual systems. So while in 542, you're looking at the traditional application attacks that you'd find, a SQL injection attack or something like that. In 642, what we're actually doing is we're going in and we're showing students the internals of, say, Java, PHP, Python, and we're actually showing them how these applications are constructed fundamentally, right? We're not asking them to be a developer by any stretch of the imagination, but you're showing a lot of code, you're seeing how things are constructed, and you're actually able to read code and interpret bugs. That's the idea. So what we're showing students with the skill set they're getting out of it is how to start spotting the defects that are in an application, how to actually take those defects and start to take advantage and abuse them. We're not obscuring that from the student. They're actually able to see the internals of the system.